Second Nature for Children is in the house. Coach, how you doing?
Great as always, man. Great as always. How about yourself, man?
Man, I'm doing absolutely great. So I'm ready to really get right to it too. I know I talked to you a little earlier this week and sent you something, and I'm just gonna ask you and see what's on your mind. But I was just thinking about what's the most important thing? I was thinking about this. What do you think the most important thing? And I know it can be a lot of different things. I don't know if you narrowed it down, but I'm just gonna let you share before I jump in. But what you think the most important thing blacks can do, either as an individual, a group, or however you want to go. I think today I'm gonna focus mostly on as an individual myself. But what you think the most important thing as you think about things and look at us as a people that we can
That's
do?
e that's easy for me. Be honest with yourself, man.
Okay.
Because when you start from that honesty, then the derivatives come off of that. You see life for what it is. You see people for who they are, you know, and you can be dealing with the truth, you know.
Okay.
Some people might shun you because of that, but you got to keep that in mind. Listen now, everyone cannot handle that. That's number one. Number two, you know, they might feel some kind of way because you were standing, like they said, 10 toes down. And why would you not want to stand 10 toes down on the truth?
Mm.
Why would you not want to do that? You know, now it's going to shake you in some areas of your life because a lot of things I feel we believe as we are growing up, maturing, become adults, were false.
Mm.
But we believed them for so long, it seemed like they were true. So it's gonna throw you for a loop, and some people can't handle it, man, because you got to
Mm.
change. Okay, now I know this is the truth. I got to think differently, and I have to move differently.
Mm.
You know, it's a whole reassessment, readjusting, and some folks might say, "Hey, man, that's too much trouble. I'm gonna just keep going with this narrative." Most people believe it anyway. You know what I mean? So it's a whole adjustment. But if you want to do the work, man, I think life becomes less complicated
Mm.
and easier if you stand on that,
Mm.
you know, because you really can build on that. But like I said, if you find that you are not welcome in a crowd, don't be surprised. Because as you shake and move accordingly, indirectly, you're asking them if they're going to deal with you, they have to do the same. Everyone is not ready for that.
Mm.
I'm just saying that's what I feel, man. Once you start on that, life becomes easier. Life becomes less complicated. You know, you can always tell yourself, well, at least I'm on the truth.
Mm.
So what's gonna happen? Hey, this is my foundation. Let me stand in it. As opposed to the opposite. So
Okay, so Joe, to just narrow that right on down, that's good stuff. So you think the most important thing we can do is to, what you say, did you say handle the truth or accept the
no,
truth or
no,
be true to
just
ourselves,
deal with the truth,
deal with
and
the
it
truth?
start with you.
Mm.
It
Okay,
start with you.
okay.
You know, are you treating yourself like you ought to be treated? Are you the best version of yourself? If not, so why? That's you being honest with yourself. You know, once it start there, I mean, ain't no telling how far you can go. That's what I believe.
Mm. Okay, that's good. That's real good. And I wanted to hear you first, and that's a fact. And we've talked about that. Being able to accept the truth, being able to handle the truth, being able to be true to yourself. Absolutely, that's a fact. And so I wanted you to get that out. I just wanted to see which way you was going to go because
And
I'm
it's
a,
not popular now. You
okay.
got to, if you're a person, you're a people person, always got to be around folks. Understand, it's not popular. So you might feel some kind of way if you look upon like you were shunned by majority of people. because you standing for what you stand for. You're gonna make people uncomfortable, really.
Mm.
So
I'm gonna hook that up. I'm gonna hook that up to something else that I sent you. And like I said, that's why I wanted you to go first. So by you saying that right there, then I pose this question right here. Well, do you think all blacks need a mentor? And before you answer, I just want to break that down a couple of words, and then I'm gonna let you go in. I want you to think for a second. I don't know if you've thought about it, but I'm definitely gonna connect it to, being truthful to yourself, handling the truth. That's why I wanted you to go first. So when I talk about, do you think that we all need a mentor? And when I say all, I mean whole. I'm talking about all of us. I'm talking about everybody. And I'm dealing with people of color. I'm talking about us. I'm talking about us. And when you talk about the word all, like I say, I'm talking about the whole. And when we use the word need, I'm talking about require something because it's essential or very important. And when we speak of mentor, I'm talking about an experienced, wise, and trusted advisor. So I ask you this question, and I'm going to connect it to what you said. Do you think, and you may not, but do you think we all need a mentor
no,
that,
I don't think so.
okay,
I don't think so because, like I always say, man, if you uh on this quest of evolving and being better, the things you're gonna grab, the articles you're gonna read, the people you're gonna listen to, you can put that all together as part of your mentorship. You know, now I feel your growth will improve quicker if you had a mentor. You know what I mean? Your progress will be faster if you had a mentor. But do you actually need one? No, you know. But it comes back down again to you, the individual. Are you being honest with yourself? Can you forego this without that person, that mentor? You know, you got to be honest with you. You know,
okay,
but that's the way I see it. Yeah.
okay, and that's good. And you said something in there where if you don't have a particular mentor, you definitely need to be able to listen, even if it's a group of people or some things that can carry
Yeah,
you
yeah,
on a good
yeah, yeah,
path.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Because you're grabbing for the essentials of life. And like I said, it could be in a book version, it could be in a sermon, it can be on a forum. And the more you grab to these things because you're evolving, the more they're going to pop up on you. Like I said, it's life's natural, I call it life's natural algorithm. You might cross a path with someone who just share what 5 minutes of time with you, but they drop a gem in you that you needed. You know what I mean? Et cetera, et cetera. So that's the way I see it.
Okay, so it don't have to always, and I'm just looking at it as you're speaking about it. So it don't have to always be a particular person. You just,
Person,
yeah, you just need to be able to listen to somebody or
yeah,
something
yeah,
that you can
yeah,
get
yeah,
advice from.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. I'm glad you said that because I'm very careful, and I'm gonna have to connect that to what you just said as well because it makes sense as well. But I'm very careful when I use certain words, and all is one of those words because people are quick to say, you can't say all. You can't you know what I'm saying? You can't say all of us. But in this case, coach, I use the word because I think we all need that someone. And if it's not that someone, and you just stated this right here, it may be a group of people or something that you listen to, or it could be something that you're reading in the book, but you need somebody or something or a group of people giving you some type of advice. You need to be taking some type of advice. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, some type of advice, yeah, but like I said, advice come in different forms.
Okay.
Because when I say we don't need, it's simply because all of us don't have access to, you know, all of us don't have access to a mentor.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Especially depending on where you located and then to where you are in your life. You know.
Okay.
So I say, and then when I'm talking about that, I'm talking about myself.
Okay. Okay.
I'm using myself as an example.
Okay.
Definitely. You
Okay.
know what I mean?
Okay.
It would have been great, but I just like they said, when you get lemons, you make lemonade, right? So
Okay.
that's what
And,
I'm doing.
and I'm saying that from this little bit we've done it so far, that it have to come, especially as an individual, it has to come with a wanting to do better yourself. And then
Definitely,
yeah, yeah,
definitely,
yeah,
definitely. Yeah.
and then it puts you where you may search out certain people for certain things, or look into certain information to
Yeah,
get certain knowledge in certain areas.
exactly.
Okay, okay, okay. I'm with you because uh sometimes it's hard to find someone to trust. It's
Yeah,
hard sometimes to find someone to trust.
yeah.
But definitely from looking at it and from how you just stating it as well, I say that either we all need a mentor, and I'm gonna tell you why in just a second, or we definitely need to be searching to do better. I'll put it like that. And then you can use, as in you go into a room and say if you wanted to do fitness and you wanted to get in better shape, it's someone that you're going to have to begin to listen to through your own study as well. You need to
True,
study as
true.
well, but it is someone that you need to begin to listen to take advice from, to start getting better in whatever area that you are embarking in. And I
True.
was,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. So that's where I'm coming from further, as I'm saying that we all need a mentor, and not so much that it has to be um that particular person, but now that from talking to you and hearing that, yeah, it can be in different areas that you may be reaching out. And I'm gonna put it in the area of the mind, the body, and the soul. I'm gonna put it in that area. And like I said, a lot of times it's hard to find someone to trust. And definitely it's even harder to find who's conscious, who when you trying to do better in certain things or trying to do better in certain areas, who has that consciousness that can awaken you, make
Mhm.
you aware of something. You understand? And I'm gonna tell you what I mean by that in just a minute. Because being a mentor myself, and where I'm constantly advising adults on fitness and the mindset that it takes to achieve their goals, and how to connect standards and principles to truly live a healthy and productive life. It's good that whatever spark you to be conscious of your fitness, to be conscious of your eating, but that puts you statistic wise in a minority instead of a majority.
As not trying to cut you, but
Go ahead on.
as you were talking just
Mm,
now,
yes, sir.
that's what I'm thinking. When did I just, you know what I mean? When did that click? As you were talking, I'm thinking, but anyway, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Somewhere along the line, there was a consciousness that opened up, and some would say it's the third eye. Um, some would say, well, it could be, well, it may not be your struggle. You may have to work even harder in maybe other areas where what's easy to you may be a struggle to someone else. Now, say this right here. Say that if you, let's just say that I'm just coming off the dome right now, just saying that, say if you wanted to start a business yourself and you got a person over here who wants to get in shape, y'all may have two different mentors that you need to go
Mhm.
see. You understand what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Yeah, I got you. I got
You
you. Yeah.
may not need a mentor in fitness and eating or whatever that comes easy to you. But what if you wanted to go out and embark in something that's adventurous that you've been wanting to try or do? Then it would cause you to do your homework, but it would even cause you to search out a mentor,
True.
someone
True.
with
Yeah.
that experience who's wise that you can
Yeah.
trust in that area. And that's why
Yeah.
I use the word all, because what may come easy to one may not come easy to the other one. And wherever
True. True.
you embark out
Yeah.
in,
Yeah. I got
you
you. I
you
got you.
got, yeah, you're
Yeah.
gonna have to
Yeah.
go
Yeah. I
talk to
got you.
somebody to get some type of advice in it. Because it wouldn't be smart just not to do it. And you just trying to do it all on your own. You got to do your own homework, of course, but
I got you.
definitely
Mhm.
we all need that mentor, especially once we begin to embark out and
I'm
take
certain.
our
Yeah.
life
Yeah.
to another level. When you
True
working to
that.
take your
True. Yeah.
life to
Yeah.
another
Got you.
level, you got to start listening to some other folks, and then through your own study, it'll make you aware to if somebody say something that's not right, you'll be like, no, no, that ain't, no, because what happens is when you seek out something and you don't do your own homework, then you're willing to fall for anything someone is telling you because you hadn't did your due diligence yourself. You understand what I'm saying? But when you do
I
some
got
work,
you.
yeah, when you do some work
I
yourself,
got
and
you.
then when you hear something that's not right, you'll be able to say, wait a minute now, I read something that didn't, so let me go look at it. So
Mhm.
so we all feel we need that mentor, but we all got to make sure that we go and do our due diligence and do our homework ourselves. And that's why, coach, I work with children every day because I see things as we become adults. A lot of us are not doing well with our fundamentals of living. A lot of us are not doing well. Go ahead on.
Question. Do you think that lot believe what you just said?
I say
That
that.
lot of people, that lot of people you're talking about that you're
Okay.
not doing well. Do you think they believe
That's a
that
problem.
they're not doing well?
That's a problem.
And if they don't believe that, how come they don't?
That's a problem.
You know what I mean? Just a thought. Just a
Yeah,
thought.
no, no, that's absolutely good. But I want you to understand, and I'm glad you asked me that because that's the problem. That's the problem. That's the problem that they don't see it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you how you know that your mental health is getting better. This when you know that your mental health is getting better. When you're able to not respond to someone's mental illness, that lets you know you're getting better.
Yeah.
The problem is so many people that things are abnormal been going on for so long to it's normal to a lot of people and they don't see that something is wrong. We just did a video where I just explained, and when I do these videos on mental health, a lot of people don't chime in because once again they don't see it. They don't see that
And
they need
not
to.
only that, I think it's rubbed some people the wrong way.
It does.
For whatever reason, it
It
rubbed
does.
people the wrong way.
It does. And that's why when I tell you, it won't be no time soon that we come together as a people, because first we won't even get ourselves together as an individual.
Yeah, yeah.
So so I've been trying to tell people for many years, it won't be no time soon that we come together as a people and get nothing done. And when you say certain things, it really offend people. It offends people because they haven't heard it, you know. But then I ask people like this right here. If I say anything that get your feelings and emotions up or offend you or you think that it's wrong, then I'm saying it right now again. Show me, don't tell me. Show me what I've said is not true. That's all I ask you to do. Show me.
It's hard to dispute the truth, man.
That's why
Or it would
that's
have been disputed already. It's
that's why
hard to
nobody
dispute
has
the truth.
that's why nobody has
You
hit
know,
me up. That's
you
why
know.
that's why they go hit on and hit the unsubscribe button. That yeah, because I can't ain't nothing I can't go in there and because I'm feelings
What
and
I always
emotions.
say, you can't run from yourself.
You can't run from
So
yourself.
how
And,
you
and
gonna do
so and so that's one of the biggest reasons, coach. I went and I developed this instillment program for children. That's why I did it. Uh, so it becomes second nature for kids to build a strong foundation, and we'll weaken our foundation in the three areas of dealing with our mind, our bodies, and our souls. And over the years, coach, I've had so many people to say to me, especially so many adults, they be like, after a conversation about certain things, they be like, man, if I just would have knew that when I was younger, if I just would have knew that when I was younger, and I could I could definitely be in a better place right now if I would have just took heed to that
yeah,
right
but
there.
it's never too late though.
It's never too late.
It's never too late. You know,
It's never too late.
yeah, you still
And
living, right?
you're
Still
still
living. It's
living.
never too late.
And here's another problem. Because here's your second. The first problem was they don't see it. Now here's the second problem. You just brought that up. That's good. When you say it's never too late, once they've done it for so long and they've gotten up to a certain age, for them to make that change, oh my God, for them to make that change is one of the hardest things. And that's why a
Mm.
mentor coach is so important because the older you get, the less you want to take advice or listen to someone.
But okay, so let me my thought process and just
Tell it.
my thoughts just popped up. So my thing is this, okay. You going along with something for the longest while. You believe it. You found out it's not the truth. Now, moving differently is gonna affect your life in a positive way. But you don't embark on moving differently. To me, you're torturing yourself, man. How are you gonna know the truth and still move like you've been moving when you believe otherwise? Now you know the truth and you still would not move different. Hey man, hey, no power to you.
Coach, it's over 200 mental disorders. That's going to fall in the line or something because that has to deal with your thinking. It's
Mm.
something wrong that we won't admit that something is wrong. Coach, it's something mentally. And I'm always talk about our mental health because throughout my years, I never heard anybody jump on it and stay on it and be very transparent about the issues that you see with us today is our mental health. I'm gonna jump on it and I'm gonna stay on it. It's our mental health, coach. And whether you know it or not, a lot of us are very poor decision makers.
Yeah,
We are
you can see it.
very poor
Yeah, and
decision makers.
that's from average person. We talking about status and income.
Absolutely.
Average person to the highest. I'm just saying. I'm just
Absolutely.
saying. We
That's a
see it.
fact. That's a
Can't
fact.
tell me we don't see it now.
That's a fact.
Okay.
That's a
All
fact.
right.
Because, like I said a little earlier, because the older you get and you get set in your ways, it's a wrap if you don't want to make the change. It's a wrap, coach. It's a wrap. A lot of people would literally self-destruct before they listen and take good advice from somebody because they say, I got it. I got it. I'm going to do it my way. And they see that they way been self-destructing. That's why I'm trying to tell you, it won't be no time soon, coach, because they see 5 and 10 years, the lives haven't changed. They see things getting
Mhm.
worse. They see they're in the same predicament. And before they take that advice, especially from you, you understand what I'm saying? I mean, just whoever they
I
talking
got
with,
you.
Especially if I listen to you, I can't let you tell me something and then it work out. Then I got to be able to come back to you and say, damn, you was right. You was
But
right.
you ain't got to come back. Just live a better life. Listen, ain't nobody looking for no points. Ain't nobody looking for, kudos. No, just live a better life. Why you folks can't believe we just want you to live a better life, be a better version of yourself. And that is the success. That's it. Anybody want nothing? That's it. That's a success.
Ain't that something? And,
Damn.
and let me tell you something. Most of us, coach, we don't even have a strong foundation based on the mind, the body, the soul. Statistics show that. And when we're not going to do better or listen or take that advice, then we use the excuse and we start talking about who are you to tell me what to do and how to live and the way I should go. Then I tell you this right here. You go ahead on. You do you. Just like you just stated, coach. We just putting out information and it's guaranteed information that if you take heed to it, it'll help better your life. So I'm only looking for a certain group of people, and I wish everybody would get it, but just a certain group of people who want to take their lives to another level. You could do whatever you want to do. I'm gonna put the information out. I'm not trying to tell you what to do, and you can do, especially the grown folk, you can do whatever you want to do. But if you want to go ahead on and self-destruct, then that's on you. Yep, if you want to go ahead
Wow,
on and
man.
self-destruct, because I want to only deal with people who want to do better. So I would say this right here. Watch this right here. Start by working on your foundation and restructure your life. Here comes some advice from a mentor. Start working on your foundation, restructuring your life. When it comes to your body, first you got to decide that you want to do better.
That's it.
I mean,
That's
here's some
it.
advice. How could you go wrong with this? First, you got to
Mm.
decide that you want to do better and realize that your health is all you have. Lose it and see what happened to you. Here's some advice. Start exercising. If you're not, start changing your eating habits. If you're not, here's some advice. See, the problem is we won't take advice. We won't take advice. Be careful if you're doing drugs and if you're drinking excessive alcohol. Be careful.
Yeah.
Please, please take the time. Cut this.
Take a break every now and again, man. Take a little breathe in between.
Please,
You know what I mean?
please. And here's one of the most important things. Check on your mental health. Check yourself. Be able to sit down and just look around and you know if you're in a good place or not.
Oh, most definitely. Definitely. Yeah.
Get you some help.
Yeah.
See, and that's
Yeah.
another thing we won't reach out for help. We think that it's a sign of weakness because a lot of us are not doing well mentally. A lot of us are dealing with a lot of trauma. A lot of us got a lot stuff that's trapped in our subconscious mind. A lot of us are holding a lot of anger, a lot of bitterness. A lot of us are jealous. 'Cause let me tell you something. If you want to see jealousy rear its ugly head, be successful or be doing well and watch that jealousy rear its ugly head. And all you just trying to do is be the best version of yourself you could be. People don't
Yeah.
like that. And then mental illness, go on social media and you just see mental illness that it's out there. It's crazy. But they don't see it. Like you said, that's why I'm telling you, coach, it won't get better no time soon. That's why we have to work with these children because a lot of these adults, they don't see it. They're not going to see it. They're not going to listen to you because they've gotten to the age and they've gotten to the point in life where I'm gonna do my own thing. You don't tell me what to do. Oh, if I wild out, I wild out. Who are you to tell me? That's where we are. That's where we are, coach. So
Your
it
life,
won't.
your choice.
Yeah, yep. So I'm telling you, it won't get better no time soon. And We got to stop living just on customs and formalities, and we got to begin to develop good standards. We got to begin to have do's and don'ts. Here's some advice, and whether you take it or not, it's on you. A lot of us don't want to hear this because we know right from wrong, and we got to learn how to connect to principles. We got to learn what discipline is, what consistency is, what tenacity. Absolutely, we got to know what self-love is. And if you take this advice, I guarantee you, it'll change your life. How simple. If you're dealing with health issues, a lot of times you're dealing with health issues because you brought it on yourself. Sometimes things happen. I understand. They call that life. But on a higher scale, when it comes to our physical fitness, we bring a lot of sickness on ourselves. Start taking better care of yourself. Start exercising, eating healthy, like I said. When it comes to the mind, that's your everything. That's your computer. And whether you know it or not, by not exercising, you making your computer it's really it's stupid. And don't get offended by the word. I'm just saying it's not sharp as it can be. It's dull. So if your computer not working properly, then nothing else is going to work properly because it starts with the computer. And then when it comes to your soul, don't get so caught up in your church, your religion, that's your business. But standards, do's and don'ts, you know right from wrong. And like Coach said in the previous video, you got to stand on principles. Because if you're going to be successful in anything in life, it's very simple. It comes with consistency. You got to dedicate yourself to something. You got to be disciplined in it. You got to have tonight, you got to have a fight. And you got to learn how to connect those things to that mindset. But the first thing we got to do, family, we all need a mentor in some type of way. You got to have somebody you listen to. Because if you're just gonna go through this thing doing it your way, you're not doing well. And we're not doing well as a people because we're just trying to do it. Everybody's trying to do it their way, and we're not coming together. We're not helping ourselves as individuals. You can go out there and pull the numbers and see. And all you gotta do is look around. You ain't gotta go pull no numbers. Just be observant and see that we're not doing well physically. You look around and see that. And you damn sure can look around and see we're not doing well mentally. You just look around and see that. You can go on social media and see that. Yeah, yeah, they got it. They got it up for you now. They know the mental
And
ill. Yeah, they know the mental ill. Let me tell you something. When these folks set these platforms up, they know what they was doing. They know what they was doing.
yeah,
They when they set we thinking, oh, this is a good thing. This is good. If you don't know how to use it, them
how to
folk,
use it,
yeah, if you don't know
yeah,
how to
to your
use it,
detriment,
to
to your
absolutely,
detriment.
them folk knew that when they set this up, they knew we got them because we know they coming with it. And like I
That's
say,
why that's why employers tap into your social media spaces because they can, you know, gauge where you are up here.
absolutely.
Because certain things you're doing will let them know where you are up here, you know. So that's
You
why some people get cut off, find out they don't have a job anymore.
That's crazy. Folks get fired,
You know,
coach.
they don't
Absolutely.
have a job anymore. What did I do, man? Come on now, come
Absolutely.
on now.
And then you got that's perfect. Here it is. You out here, you on a security job. I've seen it where you're security or police officer, you out here doing stuff stupid with your uniform on, filming yourself. Them folks, you can got fired. Are you serious? And that's what them folks do. Them folks go on your social media page and they check your mindset out when you're not at work. And some get caught at work doing crazy stuff. And then you got people on here literally so got PTSD so bad till they putting a personal business out.
Man, it's so much now. You like, man, but yeah,
It's
Maybe that's their form of therapy. I don't know. But that's not a good way because, yeah, you're getting it out, but you out there for everybody.
yeah.
You really want everybody in your therapeutic session? If this is your therapy, think about it. I'm just saying.
And that's the thing, coach. Some people think that this is an outlet for them to get it out. You want, that's not where you put all your personal business out for everybody to hear that. That's a sickness. If you need to get it out, you need to find someone, you need to find you a mentor. You need to find someone that you could talk to, someone that you believe that you can trust, a wise and trusted advisor. You don't need to put all your personal business out on social media. That's not how you get it out, family. Something is wrong if you thinking that's the way to do it. That's not the way to do it.
And
You could,
and let me add this too. Before you could easily say, man, these females, but it's not only
oh
females.
no.
I'm seeing dudes do. I'm like, don't they know that they're revealing a flaw about themselves when they do this? What are you doing? Okay.
And the sad part is they doing it and they don't even see that people who know them seeing their sickness. Wow. So I would definitely say, coach, in some type of way, we all need someone that we listen to for advice. We all need someone. And if it ain't that someone, we need that something that's going to help better our lives as a mentor, that we would take that advice and that we would listen to help us. And I just gave it for the as those three areas for this: taking care of yourself physically, taking care of yourself mentally, taking care of yourself spiritually by standards and principles. And that's on you. Coach, it's less than a minute.
See that? You got to ask yourself that $1 million question, man. It's simple. Do I want to do better? That's it. Stay where you are or be better and do something about it. I mean, that's the question. You got to answer, so you decide.
Coach, I'm gonna go do better. So until the next time we come together, I'm taking your advice.
Same.
Yes, sir.